It's 11:43 on a Saturday night, and there's 6 inches of fresh snow on the ground, and that's on top of 6 inches that was already there. I took a walk just after sundown as the snow was starting up again, and it was bad then. By now, the roads are nearly undrivable. Bitter below zero cold is on the way. Local schools are already emailing me that they'll be closing on Monday. A few hours north tomorrow, the Packers host the 49ers in what may be the coldest NFL game on record, with wind chills of 30 below zero. Today is also the first time in years that I didn't have anything to do with radio. I didn't listen to any radio out of Chicago. I didn't listen to any out of LA or San Francisco on my iPhone. Didn't even listen to our own WJOB. I didn't cut up any tape, host any shows, or even talk radio on the phone with anyone. No radio today. That's unless you call Pandora radio. I listen to artists like Lyle Lovett, Tom Petty, Led Zeppelin, The Grateful Dead, John Hyatt, The Counting Crows, all mixed perfectly to my liking. All I had to do was click the big P on my iPhone. A couple years ago, I went to a venture capital conference at my alma mater and talked with one of the original investors in Pandora. He called it the biggest local radio station in the world. Well, maybe Pandora is the biggest local radio station in the world. What concerns me is where does WJOB in Hammond, Indiana fit in to a radio landscape that is shifting faster than you can blurt a legal ID. It's all about streaming and apps and cloud radio and satellite radio and even radio on your cable TV. What about local AM radio? What will it mean to its proud tradition when we move WJOB down the street in a couple months to brand new studios and offices at the Commercialization Center of Purdue University Calumet? If you think about it, since we bought WJOB 10 years ago in 2004, we have circled this heritage radio station back to its roots. We tried sports, oldies, all-women radio, and even some other formats until one day I told everyone to leave. Then I went in the studio in the morning and started an old-time radio show. It was with local news, high school sports, and calls from whoever would dial us up. It's the same radio that Larry Peterson, John Baranowski, Eric Alden, Ron Perzo, Barbie Cave, and I did at WJOB when we worked for Julian Colby in the 1980s. It's basically the same radio that John Anastopoulos, Cosmo Courier, and Jan Gabriel did in the 1960s. And that same radio that Frank Reynolds and Gene Shepard did before that, right here on WJOB. Even our political views are a throwback. Most of us take it issue by issue. We analyze both sides. Debate and free speech happen naturally. For the most part, we don't do hate radio, although some callers do, and most of the time we don't take political sides. Who does that anymore? Certainly no one who wants to make money. Hate radio rules. Hate radio sells. Almost everyone has a political agenda one way or the other. That sells too. So how will WJOB handle the ultra-modern new digs? Will we somehow lose whatever purity we have? Will we change, lose touch with our roots, become like everybody else? And what will it mean for traditional local radio in general when we abandon our home of 50-plus years for a high-tech center? My guess is that the bell will toll at least once. That traditional AM radio, pure and powerful and a huge part of the history of America, will die a little death, if that's even possible. And that makes me sad on a night when no completely sane person would voluntarily venture outside. Tomorrow it will be sub-zero with fresh lake effect snow blowing all around. I may even venture down to the station to go on the air for a while, just to do what we're supposed to do, be here for people. I welcome the new Mackie board we'll be getting in a couple months, and the new mics and laptops and cameras and lights and phones, and green screen and carpet and tile, and an HVAC system that doesn't hum and rattle in the background. I am proud of our streaming, our app, our green screen, and a whole bunch more advancements and gadgets. And I am proud of our staff and the people of Northwest Indiana and the south suburbs of Chicago for coming together to make it all possible. But there's a constant thump out there. This advancing technology, these new things that weren't even thought of 10 or 20 years ago. They're part of an approaching heartbeat that is changing the world. You hear it coming, and so do I. Amidst the chaos, though, there are constants, and traditional local AM radio is one of them. And in the quiet of not doing my radio show for 10 days now, and socked in by snow and ice, I wonder what we're doing to our 90-year-old constant. I sense that it will change. I sense that I am changing it. And I'm just not sure how I feel about that.